Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source. Coming off a nice NBA night last night, I went 5-2 against the spread. Unfortunately, the two losses were two of my three top bets. So the top bets went 1-2. Overall, 5-2 against the spread was a solid night. In this video, I'm running through tonight's slate. It's Tuesday and we got 7 games. Let's go.
Welcome to The Source. The Source. Hey, get the Source.
First game, Bulls on the road in Indiana. The line was Indiana +1, but we're up to Indiana +2 now. Everyone is on the Bulls. Public's on the Bulls. Money's on the Bulls, everyone. So let's take a look at our spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Indiana +3.76, so a very slight lean on Chicago. Quick breakdown of this matchup, and the Bulls are hot right now. They just finished out their homestand with 3 straight wins, including a real nice defensive win over the Hawks last night. Yes, Chicago is on a back-to-back. They just played last night, but the Bulls are 5-2-1 against the spread on back-to-back so far this season, so it might not be a negative thing. In fact, it might be a positive thing. Pacers, on the other hand, have really been struggling without Halliburton. Andrew Nemhard and TJ McConnell really just do not facilitate that offense at the level Halliburton does. But one thing I will say about the Pacers is, yeah, they've lost 7 in a row since Halliburton got hurt, but look at their schedule. At Knicks, Hawks, Grizzlies, at Bucks, at Thunder, at Nuggets, at Suns. 0-7 is unacceptable either way, but there's a lot of teams that are losing at least 6 of those games in that stretch of schedule if you take away their best player. Keep in mind that despite Indiana's recent struggles, you're looking at a team that's 5th in the NBA, sitting at 16-9 against the spread at home. Pacers have been nice at home all year. Bulls coming off that huge win against the Hawks last night. That was a big one. That's a team they're battling for playoff position with. Have to immediately hop on a flight to Indianapolis to play a Pacers team that's desperate for a win. And this is a game that the Bulls may not be that fired up for. I think this line is short for a reason. I think they're trying to draw in Chicago bettors, which is exactly what's happening. So I'm going to go sharp here. Give me Indiana +2 next game. Cavs at Knicks at Madison Square Garden. The line is Knicks +3. Early public's all over the Cavs. Sharp money on the Cavs. Line moves up to 3.5 pretty early here. Let's take a look at the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Knicks +1.5. That's a 2-point lean on New York. So we got both these teams outside of their comfort zone here. The Knicks play much better on the road, and the Cavs play much better at home. Despite being 29-19 in just a handful of games out of first place, the Cavs are just 9-14 on the road this season. Not good at all. I think the analytical mismatch that jumps out to me the most in this one is going to be the Knicks attempting to stop Cleveland from getting easy buckets at the rim. Now, if you look, the Knicks are actually first in the NBA in defensive efficiency under the basket in the month of January. They've been great at stopping the rim. So what's the problem? Mitchell Robinson got hurt about a week ago, and since he got hurt, the Knicks defense has fallen apart. Hartenstein and Jericho Sims just don't provide the same defensive presence that Mitchell Robinson does. It's an entirely different team on defense without Mitchell Robinson on the floor. So I know it's a little square, but I'm going with the Cavs here. Give me Cleveland -3.5 next game. Celtics at Miami. The line's Heat -3. It's up to 5 now last I looked. There was sharp money on Boston, but now it's on Miami, most likely because of the injury reports. I had a nice write-up done for this game, and I was about to come in here and record. I was like 5 minutes away from recording, and my phone buzzes. It's Twitter. Al Horford, Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart, and Jaylen Brown all won't play for the Celtics, so I don't even know where the line's going to land. I think, like I said, I think it's at 5. I'm skipping it for now. I may put it on the VIP later. Next up, Denver on the road in New Orleans here. The line is Pelicans +1, and the public's pretty split even, but look at all the sharp money on New Orleans. 86% of the money on the Pelicans. But if we look at our spreadsheet, look at the model here. The model's saying the line should be New Orleans +8.5. So that's a seriously huge lean on Denver. So obviously we all know this Denver Nuggets team is red hot, right? They're 19-4 in their last 23 games. But there is a but. One of those last 23 games where they're 19-4, you want to know how many road games they played in that span? Just 6. So yeah, 17 of the last 23 Denver Nuggets games have been played at home, and they are 16-1 in those 17 home games. On the road, they played 6 games, they're just 3-3. Now here they are in another road game against the Pelicans, and the Pelicans have been great in New Orleans all year. In fact, they're 17-6 at home this year straight up. But we can't ignore the trend that this Pelicans team is on right now since Zion got hurt. So Ingram's been hurt for a while. They've been dealing with that. But since Zion got hurt, they're just 1-2 at home and 3-7 straight up in their last 10. The only thing that's keeping me from betting the Nuggets right now is the injury report. Jokic, Bones Highland and Michael Porter all listed as game time decisions. Judging by this line, I don't think they're going to play. I'm going to bet Denver either way, but I'm going to wait it out and see the status of the injury report, because once they're ruled out, we might get an extra point or two. So I'm on Denver, but let's see what the line does. Next up, Wizards are in Dallas. The line is Dallas -7.5, and the sharp money is all over the Mavericks, but line drops down to 7, so a little bit of reverse line movement there. Look at our spreadsheet here. This is crazy. So the model's telling us this line should be Dallas plus 5.86, so an enormous lean on the Washington Wizards. Dallas just can't seem to win a basketball game right now. Just 2-6 in their last 8, and the problem has been on the defensive end. The numbers don't lie here. Are you ready for this? In the month of January, Dallas is 27th in the NBA in defensive efficiency, 30th in forced turnover rate, 28th in free throw rate. I mean, just absolutely terrible defensive numbers across the board from Dallas. Good news for Mavericks fans, though. I think there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I just read you off numbers from the month of January. Both Josh Green and Dorian Finney-Smith both missed most of January, and they're both back in the lineup now. Those are two of the most important defensive pieces on the team, if not the two most important defensive pieces. Also, Christian Wood is out for the Mavericks tonight. He's been out for the last 2 games, which is a negative thing, obviously, but it's going to increase the minutes we see from Dwight Powell, who's another good defensive piece for them. Not saying the Mavs are better without Christian Wood, of course not, but the defense might be a little bit better. And on the fact there's no Kristaps Porzingis tonight for the Wizards, and that's especially huge because they could throw him at the 5 and force Dwight Powell to play defense all the way out on the perimeter, which is not where the Mavericks want Dwight Powell to be. Now with Daniel Gafford at the 5, that Washington can't really do that. So that's what I'm betting. I'm betting the Mavs defense tonight. Take the under, or if you want to be more specific, my favorite bet is Washington team total under 109.5. The Battle of Los Angeles, Clippers, Lakers. The line is Lakers plus 5. Everyone's on the Lakers. Public's on the Lakers. Sharp's on the Lakers. Everyone you know is on the Lakers. Line never moves. We're still looking at Lakers plus 5. If we take a look at the spreadsheet, according to the model, the Lakers should be laying 1.94 here. So that's a 7-point lean on the Lakers. So at first glance, obviously you want to bet the Lakers here, right? For the simple fact that they're catching 5 points and the Clippers haven't looked that great recently. Clips are just 4-9 in their last 13 games. Now, to be fair, if you look at their schedule, they've had Denver twice, Boston, Philadelphia twice, Miami, but still 4-9 over a stretch with a team that's built to win now is just unacceptable. So why would we consider laying the 5 with the Clips here? Well, number one, the Clippers have beaten the Lakers both times they saw them this year, and both times they saw them, the Lakers had Anthony Davis on the floor. Actually, in the second game, the Clips beat them up pretty good, 114-101, without Kawhi on the floor. So in that game, 114-101, take out Anthony Davis, take out Kendrick Nunn, take out Austin Reeves from the Lakers lineup, and add Kawhi Leonard to the Clippers lineup. Second reason to take the Clippers is simple. It looks like the sportsbooks are taking a position on the Clippers, making this line 5. They know that's going to draw the heavy public in on the Lakers. Seems like they're pretty comfortable playing against that action. I will say I'm definitely concerned with the Clippers missing Luke Kennard. I like Kennard. I think he's a more important piece to that Clippers roster than he's given credit for. So the Clips will be without their best spot shooter on the team. But still, I'm fading all the action, fading the public. Give me the Clips -5. Let's go. Next game. All right, Charlotte on the road in Phoenix here. The line is Suns -6, but actually jumps up to 6.5. Public and money's pretty split even on this one. Take a look at the spreadsheet. Models telling us that Phoenix should be favored by 8.31. So a slight lean on the Suns. All right, let's break this matchup down, and we have the battle of the mids here. Both these teams have been pretty bad this month. Hornets are 3-8 straight up and 4-7 against the spread. Suns are 4-7 straight up and 6-5 against the spread. While the Hornets just got blown out by the Jazz last night, and it really hammers home how bad this team is, Suns are actually turning things around if you take a close look. Phoenix has won 3 in a row against the Nets, the Pacers, and the Grizzlies, and they're now 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. And this is a pretty solid matchup for the Suns to solve their offensive woes, because defensively, they've kind of held it together. Monty Williams is a great defensive coach, but between the injuries, the Suns' offense was really hurting. Charlotte on defense can't stop a mid-range shot to save their life. Teams are eating on the Hornets from the mid-range. They're 22nd in frequency, 27th in accuracy as far as defense against the mid-range shot. Phoenix is 2nd in the NBA in mid-range frequency. The Suns love to shoot the mid-range shot, and with Chris Paul back in the lineup, Cam Johnson back in the lineup, I expect to see the efficiency numbers go up, because they've been shooting the mid-range shot. It just really hasn't been falling for them. Now they got a bunch of pieces back from injury, and they're against a team that just cannot stop it. Update. So right when I started to record this, DeAndre Ayton is now doubtful. That doesn't change the thing. I'm still in the Suns, by the way. I'm on Phoenix -6.5. If you actually look at 538's Raptor ratings, DeAndre Ayton is rated the worst player on the Suns roster this season. So he's not really playing up to par this year. He's having a below average season. So That's not going to change it for me. Give me Phoenix minus 6.5. Not the hugest bet, but I'm riding the Suns on this hot streak. VIP tickets going to be posted around 4:30 p.m., hopefully with more injury updates. Obviously, we know the NBA is crazy with that. Give me a follow on Twitter. I'll tweet some stuff out, updates to these bets as well.